reflect on so many of this nonsense that you have actually supported. Just sit back, think for just a few minutes, and tell yourself that it makes sense to unleash terror on the people you claim to be fighting for. You're not fighting for anybody. And let's see, if you are one of his followers watching me right now, Simon is not fighting for you, but maybe you've convinced yourself that he's fighting for you. Any freedom that doesn't give you a choice to either accept or reject is not freedom. You are just lunatics. Okay? Call me names. It's all right. It's social media. Right? The thing is this. Inciting violence is a crime in this part of the world. It's just going to be a matter of time. Inciting violence. I mean, why would you be so comfortable, by the way, to keep watching your own people slaughtered? And this is not just from the hands of the state. It's coming from these drug addicts with guns screaming Biafra. You tarnish the image of a noble cause, and you are irredeemable. A lot of you are irredeemable, and I know it. You are totally irredeemable. So maybe if they let him out, maybe, and the 4 others arrested with him. I mean, I remember this guy. I think that was like 2 months ago. I bet those ones have accepted they've gotten to the stage of acceptance now. Sho Achaba, or whatever his name is, the one from the Southern Cameroon. The people of Southern Cameroon have faced serious state-sponsored marginalization too. It's like the Biafrans in Nigeria. The Cameroonian army, they have unleashed serious terror on the people of the Southern Cameroon until the separatist movement of the Southern Cameroon, right, emerged. And their own leader too, something Achaba or something Ayaba or whatever. He lives with his family in Austria also. He too was everywhere, fuming on social media, okay? Raising money, sending money to drug addicts, even guns, in the name of we are fighting, we are breaking away from Cameroon. At the end of the day, they have caused even more death, attracted the worst of the worst Cameroonian, soldiers and the rest of them to the southern parts, killing innocent people. That's what they achieved. They didn't bring peace. They did not push away these Cameroonian soldiers. Rather, they actually brought more. Yeah, they killed soldiers there too. And their soldiers have unleashed worse terror on their people in southern Cameroon. The guy lives in Europe. He won't go to Cameroon because he's afraid to die, like Simon. He will never go to Biafra land because he's afraid to die. But with his camera, like I'm seated here now, and then, social media handles, and then the ass slickers, praise singers, like some of you who are here right now, that makes them feel so important, so important, right? So they could back others. It was also picked up 2 months or so ago. Initially, his own supporters were saying he was only invited. They will release him in the next few hours. Austria is not like Africa. They follow the law. Yeah, they do. Once you get to know what these guys have been involved in, a lot of you are going to get to that stage of acceptance. You are going to accept. So every day now, right, I am going to keep reminding you. So you better go and start making other names you are going to call me. Call me any names and possibly unsubscribe from my channel. Okay? So you are going to get to the stage of acceptance. Adeyinka Grandiot went to jail for 4 years. He didn't even do 1% of what Simon has done to the people of Biafra land. He hasn't done 1%. He didn't do 1%. It was only inciting. And then on his computers, it was, it was researching on how to make bombs. And that earned him 4 years. His own supporters, they were abusing me on Mayegun's Diary Political. They were calling me names as well. And guess what? When it was finally, they gave him a whole year to simmer. But he didn't. He doubled down. Well, after a year, he got what he deserved. I am not saying that fighting for self-determination is, I kind of support the breakup of Nigeria. And I've told you many times, the breaking up of Nigeria is not going to be done by raising arms or shooting and killing the same people you are trying to break away from Nigeria. Breaking up of Nigeria will be determined and decided by the interested parties in that contraption. So if anybody sits online and telling you that it's going to declare a country for you, you are either so stupid beyond what anybody can imagine. And that is incurable. Okay? There was a time that a woman also, hijacked the idea of self-determination in Yoruba land. Abiola's wife, she's living in America. She was always on social media because there are so many people who, genuinely want Nigeria to break up, and they will support anything that will make that happen. And these people, so many of them are so gullible. Like some of you following EPA, you are so gullible that your gullibility is so contagious. You are so angry at anybody that says it to your face. So that one also gave them a date. He said she was doing a referendum. Abiola, something Onitiri. What's her name again? Dupe Onitiri. Where is she now? She gave them a date that she would declare Yoruba nation. And there were some supposedly educated, enlightened people that believed her. They called me names. They abused me like you are abusing me right now. Yeah, they did. Because I told them that, are you that stupid and daft? That somebody could take advantage of your vulnerability and your gullibility on social media to tell you that they will declare a country. And then, you believe them. Anybody who tells you that doesn't make any sense, you automatically attack them, call them names. It is your agent of devil, agent of this, you are Afonja, you are Omohale, blah, 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 blah. So she did give them a date. And the day came. They are still in Nigeria. And she will possibly, like Simon has been doing, she will possibly be changing the date. Simon has been changing the date of when he's going to give you Biafra. You are so stupid enough that you will be angry at somebody like me saying it to you because you don't want to believe that it's been all scheme. You don't want to believe it. You don't like me right. I know you don't like me right now. I know you are angry right now. Right? So angry right now. Oh my God. Oh, this guy has been pretending. I have not been pretending. Are you mad? Are you that mad? I'm saying the truth to your face right now. Don't worry, you are still going to accept it. Of course, you are going to accept it. A very smart Nnamdi Kanu that was used to be a fire blazer like that. He ended up having to realize that for the Biafrans to leave Nigeria, there must be an understanding and collaboration of other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. You know what happened after his first arrest when he came out? He was willing to meet with everybody. He met with the Hausa, the Fulanis, the Middle Beltans, the Yorubas, because he believes that to break up this contraption, we will need one another. That's a smart move. But some of you don't think like that. You are waiting for your convention in Finland on the 29th of November to the 2nd of December. How daft is that, some of you? It is incurable. Well, what can anybody do or say to help you? So the 2nd of December will come, and this whole thing right now is a very good excuse to give to you and make you believe that, the enemies didn't want Biafra to come. They will declare Biafra in Finland. It's unbelievable. You know what people say? The Igbos are one of the smartest people on earth. And it's unbelievable that some low IQ chancer would have a lot of you under his fingertip, that you become his foot soldiers online, that will support even the maiming and killing of your own people. It's unbelievable. That are these the same Igbos that we know? The smartest Igbos? It's unbelievable. Anyway, again, like I said, a time is going to come when you are all going to accept. It's called the acceptance time. For now, you can keep denying. You can keep getting mad, angry. You can, what's the other one? You will soon begin to bargain. The bargaining one, like, okay, maybe not. Then you are going to face depression, total depression, like, oh God. Then finally you will accept that to have your own country, it will require everyone to be on ground. And by so doing, you will also going to have those who are going to be against it. It is normal. There will be people against Yoruba nation. There will be those in support. There will be people against Biafra. There will be those in support. When those in support of Biafra are more than those against, Biafra will come. When those who are in support of a Yoruba nation, they are more than those against it, Yoruba nation will come. Anything from that, it's just pure stupidity. Okay? So I'm not bothered. The only thing is that it's a chance for me to possibly just clean the platform of foolish people hibernating here. Okay? So it's up to you. He is not alone. He's got his cabinet. The Biafra government in exile. His cabinet. So they will declare the Biafra Day. This is for 2024. Remember, they declared the same in 2022. Have you forgotten? Yeah, they will declare it again in maybe 2025 too. I wish you good luck. But here is a long-held, mischievous I believe, where people have used in furthering their hatred of the Igbos in Nigeria. And that is, the Igbos don't sell their lands to strangers. This is unbelievable, because we have the record of those who have lived in Igbo land who are actually non-Igbos. We have those who have built their own houses in Igbo land, businesses in Igbo land, and they are non-Igbos. Okay? The stories abound. We have different communities like Yoruba communities in Anambra, Hausa communities in Anambra, now Hausa communities in Enugu, Yoruba communities in Enugu. You have all these other non-Igbos communities in these areas. They have Yoruba mosques in Enugu. You have Yoruba businesses in Enugu and across eastern part of Nigeria. But there is this lie where it is said that the Igbos don't sell their lands, okay, to strangers. And it all started yesterday when Ruben Abati on the same Arise TV was misleading. There's this Ope girl, lady that responded. Oh, I found a video of another self-hating Igbo. I don't know if he's Igbo, but I just want to believe he is, the way he spoke, right? Self-hating idiot who made a video and said, Igbos don't accept strangers. They don't accept other people in their region, which is not true. I mean, you will see stories of communities. Even if you go on YouTube, you will see Yoruba communities in eastern part of Nigeria who are doing their usual, annual, carnival, this or that. But for political correctness or political sort of agenda, this narrative. Also, people said most of those who spread this are pure, especially in Yoruba land, those ones who have never crossed the border between Ore and Benin. They've never left Yoruba land. They are very poor. They can't even afford any land, to buy any land anywhere, not even in Yoruba land. But there are those who kind of push this kind of agenda for some reason. Yeah, was Ruben Abati.
But he's right if he says that Igbos are entrepreneurial. And I end by what people say about Igbos. That if you enter a community, a village, you don't see an Igbo man there, please pack your things and go. It means that place is not conducive. However, let me give the flip side. Chief Tos Benson, T.O.S. Benson, former Minister of Information, now late, on one occasion at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and I'm not making this up, he said it publicly. If anybody can contradict me, let them do so. He said something about Igbo people. He said he had an Igbo wife and had an Igbo daughter, that he wanted to buy land in Igbo land for his daughter, for his wife, to say, I'm getting old. Tos Benson is getting old. Let me build in this place for my wife. He said that his in-laws told him that they don't sell land to outsiders. That is the irony of Nigeria about the politics of federation, of unity. The same Igbos who are so industrious that they are all over and they do well in other parts of Nigeria. You go as a non-Igbo man to go and buy a land. You will be told that you don't belong, even as an in-law. That's by way of an aside. But these are the issues, in my view.
Well, all right. We'll take another story then. 15 years. Well, I wanted to just touch more on the issues in the Southeast. Yesterday, Dr. Abati, we took this story, and there was a flurry of reactions about whether or not the Igbo people sell land to outsiders. I don't know if you would like to address that, because there were a lot of, people from the Southeast saying that it is not true.
No, I have no further comments on that subject.
Okay.
I was very clear yesterday. I was very specific. I made my point. I provided the context in which I was speaking. If people have a selective hearing, that is their problem.
Well, one of the comments is that you cannot paint a whole tribe with one brush, and they have debunked
Replay the tape again. Well, replay the tape.
No,
I was specific about what I said. I provided context.
Right.
Nobody should tell me any nonsense.
Well,
if people have a different opinion, they are entitled. No, no nonsense duty.
I think it's our duty.
If people have a different opinion, they have anthropological evidence to support it. They should say so.
Well,
it's not for me to reverse myself.
No. I was just saying to clarify.
Except you are expressing your own opinion.
No.
And then I will come after you and say you are wrong.
There's been a flurry of reactions.
Yes.
And I have to present
that
it. It
comes
is my
with
duty.
the job. That comes with the job.
It is my duty.
It's a free country.
It is my duty to present the reactions of the Nigerian people.
And not to come and challenge me.
Absolutely not. I asked you if you would like to comment. I asked if you would like to comment.
I've told you.
Well, the conversation is that a whole tribe cannot be painted with one man's experience. We'll take another story. In another development.
But he's right.
See, he's doubling down. Morafoka, Ruben Abati. So you were using one man's story that happened 40 years ago or 50 years ago. T.O.S. Benson, that wanted to buy a land for his wife. He is their in-law, but they won't sell him land. I have heard some of these lunatics also from northern Nigeria who have also used this line to say the Igbos will say the ancestors said they should not sell land to them. But they won't tell you that in that same Igbo land, they have I don't know the name they call it, it's like a place designated for the northerners to set up their market, to build houses in eastern Nigeria. What do you call that? Please help me. What do you call that place that the Hausas, the northerners, they call it something Hausas. See, I'm going to go to YouTube. They are very smart in that regard. Tell me. The same people that will tell you that the Igbos don't want strangers. They call them strangers, outsiders. But in that same eastern part of Nigeria, we call it Sabo in Yoruba land. I think that's what we call it, Sabo. Ama Hausa, or other names like Ama Hausa or Garki. Okay. Ama Hausa, is that the general word for it? We call it Sabo in Yoruba land. Areas where the Hausas have all their shops, they have some build houses there. Yeah, they build houses, they are landlords. They rent their properties to their fellow Hausas, or Northerners to be precise. Director Scott, Anguna Hausa, okay. I think Ala Hausa, Ama Hausa, get what I mean, like Northerners. If you go there, these are land, like, I don't even think they pay for the land. I don't think they usually pay for the land. It's just like allocated to them. Like if you are looking for the in concentration of Northerners, where they are mostly concentrated in eastern part of Nigeria, they have land they give to them. But this narrative of the Igbos don't welcome outsiders. Now, if you go to, for example, they say, according to the stories I have followed and verified, in Igbo land generally is owned by, is it called the kindred or so? It's like, family owns lands, apart from the ones owned by government, family owns lands, which means one person cannot authorize the sale of land in Igbo land, except if it is your own that you bought with your money that you want to sell. If you go to a community now, they will tell you that, you see this area, this land here is owned by so family. So if you approach me as one of the members of the family, I can't sell the land. I can't. And also in Igbo land, when a family that owns this land, they
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
thank
shall I
you,
say?
Lord.
Thank you,
We can deliver,
Sorry, my audio just disappeared. I know. I hope it's back now. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's back. So from what I found, and it is similar too in Yoruba land. There are some lands that you can't really say. It's just that we have gotten to a stage or a generation where one normally in Yoruba land we just sell the family land, take the money, disappear, go and spend the money on no one bear, go and spend, waste the money away. It is not so in Igbo land because they do not even have a lot of land. Nigeria, after the genocidal war, who now redrew the map of Nigeria, redrew the map of Igbo land, cut some of these their people into other states, right, with other tribes or ethnic nationalities to make them minorities there. They've reduced their land to this smaller space, which makes land very, very expensive in Igbo land. When I say very expensive, right? Very expensive. So you see all these factors that surrounds land in Igbo land still never stopped investors, real estate businessmen and women. Once you have the money, they will sell you the land that is available for sale. Yeah. I have never been to Igbo land that I want to buy land. But people who have served there, I'm talking about people who went there as NYSC, what do you call them? Youth corpers, who lived there for years. Some of them actually stayed back. A lot of them said the narrative that they have been hearing about Igbo land changed when they got there. Some will tell you that, yeah, they experienced this hostility from some people. Others will tell you that, oh, I experienced the best hospitality of my life in this part of Igbo land. It is the same. If you are a non-Yoruba,